Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Jodi here.
It's like the worst smile ever. Nick here.
That's your fault. Just kidding. And we are reacting to another QI. Quite interesting.
Key. And we are checking out, why would you swallow a poisonous metalloid? We had a conversation, is it metalloid or metalloid? I think metalloid. That just sounds awesome. But Metallica is a great band, so.
It is.
I think Metalloid is the
I think
winner.
it's Metalloid.
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 Ooh, MetLife, Metalloid. No.
No.
Why would you swallow one? Because the doctor tells you to. Listen, in this country specifically.
It's poisonous, though. It's like arsenic.
Can I explain myself? In this country specifically, we don't look at anything before we eat it. We just eat it. They bring it out on a plate. Sounds great. We see it at the store. Oh, cool. Small cookies. Sounds great. There was this whole thing going around years ago that like certain cereals had like a paint thinner chemical or something like that in there. And at first I was like, oh my God, we had little kids in the house. They're much older than they are now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, very irresponsible for me to give this to them. So we like went away for it for a few months. And I'm like, you know what? I like that cereal. Brought it back. Haven't thought twice about it. Yes, I'm crazy. I'm that person. It tastes freaking delicious, okay? Bring on the paint thinner in the cereal. I'm just kidding, obviously. But I'm just saying, that's the point. Like, there is nothing I know of in this country that anybody that wants to make a buck is saying, we're not going to put that in our food. They throw it in there.
They do. And it's so sad to see that other countries, the same item is made with completely different ingredients.
Or they
half
ban
the
it.
ingredients.
Ooh, imagine that.
I know. Like, do we really need colored dye in our macaroni and cheese in our foods?
Like my dad would say, and loving it. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. We're going to see what it's all about and why someone would do such a crazy thing if they're not American and if it's not in their cereal. But if you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. Ooh, that muscle's like sore from falling.
This is so random.
Sorry, I just meant to say like that and I was like, oh.
It's like so random.
I'm not 16 anymore. I'm old. My body doesn't heal.
Here we old.
Why would you swallow a pill made of a poisonous
doctor.
metalloid? Yes.
Would it be because you got really pissed one night and then you woke up the next morning and realised you were next to Michael Winner in bed?
I don't know who that is, but not a good one.
But oddly enough, until you got to that last point, one of the uses of that poisonous metalloid was as a morning after pill. But its other use was for the other end of the body. It's a metalloid called antimony, and it's a poison. But it was popular in the Middle Ages as a pill because it's very good for constipation. The weird thing about it is you'd make a pill of antimony, because it's metalloid, it'd be like it would pass through the body. You would then rummage through your leavings and wash it and use it again.
Rummage through your leavings.
Wasn't quite sure how to put it.
I'm certainly going to use that again, though. I like that one a lot.
And these things would get handed on from father to son through generations.
No.
And they'd use the same one. Because it's so rare.
Father's leavings and his father's leavings.
This pill was good enough for your great-grandfather.
So that's the earliest example of a repeat prescription.
Yes. Very good.
Big hundreds of years.
That is wild.
Absolutely. But the other use of it was an antimony cup, where you would pour wine into it overnight when you'd had a large evening, and then in the morning you'd take the wine that had been soaked in this antimony cup, as it were, and it would make you vomit instantly. So it was used as an emetic. So it was just really...
So what is it? It's a naturally occurring...
Yes, it's an element.
And it's an irritant, presumably? Because there's a mnemonic for remembering laxatives, which is there are bulkers, lubricants, irritants, softeners and explosives. And explosives work like cholera. You've got to sort of stick them up your bum. That's
Right.
technical.
Or suppository, as we comedians say. Yes. So that's for a really serious case of being stuffed up.
Yeah, proper phosphate enema, rocket fuel.
Wow.
On a skateboard.
In ancient Egypt, there was a doctor whose specialised function was to administer enemas to the pharaoh. He was known as the Neru Phuit, which literally translates as shepherd of the anus. It's an official job, rather pleasing.
So with the crook, you mean?
it's obviously not a natural thing. Animals don't pump warm water up their arses, do they? I mean, it doesn't seem to happen in nature in any way that we know of. How did it come about?
Well, they are very popular with quacks. I think there's something quite attractive about how transgressive it is to squirt a lot of something up your bum that makes pretend doctors feel like real doctors. But there was a guy, John Harvey Kellogg, the man behind the man behind the cornflake.
Yes.
Yeah. So he had this this big kind of quack clinic that he ran, where the moment that you arrived, you had to make a visit to a man called the Rear Admiral, who would bend you over and fill you with fresh yoghurt, and then you would poo that out, and then you'd be ready to crack on with your detox.
And they would deal with your thrush at the same time.
What time's this show going out? Will people be...
Well, I mean, it is almost the most kind of basic fact about us all is that we poo. And also that we are, as we age, supposedly, we get more obsessed by it. I mean, it's sort of all you've got left, really, isn't it? I mean, you know, and there are stories of nurses who get sent stools by grateful patients. You must have heard those stories.
Stop.
They're not necessarily grateful.
Stop.
It's an expression of love.
No idea why, but that habit has followed me through into my comedy career.
There was a chap recently who tried to kill somebody by... he packed his anus with explosives, and it was a Middle East prince, I can't remember which one, but he showed up and went... And his plan was, shake the guy by the hand and then trigger it. But unfortunately, the body is very good at absorbing explosions. That's why, heroic acts where people jump onto hand grenades and stuff. So all that happened was he shook this prince by the hand, the bomb went off, and he just sort of bounced up in the air slightly and then crumpled to his knees. And the prince, like any sort of royal, just went, very good.
Oh dear. Well, that's antimony. As I say, antimony pills were quite literally passed down through the family.
That's so gross.
That is wild. That
So
was
gross.
such a crazy video. I
So gross.
want to keep going.
Intriguing, but I would not be... No. Not only are you going to reuse the same pill, because, just put it under some water, some soap, and call it good, but that it was used by other people. No.
It's in the family. I mean, it's like...
Nick.
I'm not, what's the word, defending it. I'm just saying. Bear with me for a second.
Makes me nauseous.
Okay, so
Nauseated.
here's a cup, right? It's Jodi's Persuasion Jane Austen cup. You piece my soul, I am half agony.
You pierce my soul. I'm half agony, half hope.
Reading's tough. I am half agony, half hope. I have loved none but you.
It's a little space because it says, tell me that I'm not too late, that such precious feelings are gone.
But, so I'm drinking from this cup, right? And then if a complete stranger who has some kind of manners whatsoever, if I'm like, oh, here, you can have the rest of my water, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. Like, germs? No, gross. But growing up, it was always like, oh, that's Dad's cup, no big deal. Same germs. That's what you say. Same germs. Same blood. So that idea on a more disgusting global scale. Now, what's more disgusting? Okay, the fact that you are eating something that's been in so many different people's bodies, or the fact that you have to sift through it and pull it out. So it's not like you're gonna get like a tablecloth or a filter and just sit there and do your business and then get out like the tweezers, like the girl from Jurassic Park with the big old hand gloves, and like that's one big pile of crap. But
No,
that would be the worst part.
Stop. No.
I could sit there and be like, okay, everyone's done it. They've all lived till at least 8 years old. Let's go. But the fact that I have to now, I actually think it's kind of cool. Like, this stuff has been with Dad, Grandpa, great-grandpa.
Nick, I'm feeling really nauseated. This is disgusting that you have to pick through it and then swallow it.
I'm not saying we do it. We're not ever going to do it. It's crazy. Metalloid. Just like, you just swallow it. Hey, but you know what? If it gets the job done, there is few things worse than being clogged up. I'm just saying.
I feel really sick. I don't think I can record the next video.
With that being said, let us know what your thoughts are. Obviously, I'm not saying, hey, let's do it right now. Sign us up. Let's start this family tradition. But I'm saying, do the ends, what's the word?
No.
Justify the means? Let us know, whatever that phrase is. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.